go back? Adventures at NPO by me, Alexander Espinoza. This is the intro. NPO is a pretty great school. I will admit that I was very nervous to come here and meet new people. Well, when I got to NPO, I saw a lot of my other friends from my other school. We got to catch up, and I wasn't that nervous. A little about me is I like laughing occasionally when well, history is a lot of fun. I'm excited to start a new year, and I learned way more than I used to. What do you do? Well, you learn about education, and go through a lot of stuff. It's a little bit hard for me, but I still managed to get it. For art, we colored and we learned about colors. This is my longest year at school, actually. It was fun, but we still had to get a lot of work. I also had very nice work. What did you do? Well, we did Titanic, we did space expedition, we also did moon phases, and last we did fractions of atomic and physics. We also learned about ancient cultures. The most exciting thing about this grade was learning about World War II. We also read Hatchet and we learned about 9/11. Titanic. That was something that marveled all of our peers, including me. I wondered how the ship sank. Well, then I found out how the ship sank. It was a marvelous discovery. We found out an iceberg saved us. That's right, an iceberg. They said that the ship was unsinkable. Well, guess what, Thomas Henry? We also did a dam too, and I was thrilled. That's like nothing but for space expeditions I talked earlier, well, we flew, worked, and crashed into a huge asteroid. This is a space expedition. Space expedition is one of the most intriguing things that we do in space. We gotta find our parts and roles that we need to put on the ship. The parts and roles that were the ambassador, which spoke to the aliens, the captain, engineer, and pilot. At the end, we crashed our ship and failed. Well, we got to drive. World War II. As I said, World War II fascinates me. I wondered how it started, where it started, and where it ended. I also found well, World War II took place in many locations like Russia, Europe, Africa, the Pacific Ocean, etc. The war ended with Asia. The war started because of Adolf Hitler. He was part of the Axis, but we had our allies, which were Joseph Stalin, most institutional and Franklin D. My name Evan was immediately learned about first two tragedies that everybody will remember. That day, two terrorists got on two planes. They were headed into the largest building in the United States. Their mission? Successful. Their mission was completed except for the one where they wanted to crash into the Pentagon. They failed to take the passengers to charge and crash into the Pentagon. That day, as I said, I learned about ancient cultures too. Ancient cultures is something pretty amazing. I mean, we were learning where we came from and also about the Mayans and the Aztecs. At the end of this expedition, we made ancient culture hats and space hats. We also we all said our goodbyes, met over tea or two, and then summer vacation. I don't think anybody missed anybody after that. The start of seventh grade. The start of seventh grade was amazing, except I have no idea what classes we were supposed to be going. We were all confused for the first week until we got the hang of things. Dissecting a cow heart and many more animals. Dissecting a cow heart was very gross. The teacher told us we were going to vomit,
to do it in the bathroom. And thank you for the disclosure, because many of us puked. We also dissected a frog, and we had to find the part of a frog and then take it out. We also dissected a grasshopper. That one wasn't as bad as the others, though. Utah history. The Utah tribes, there were Mormons, pioneers, and more. All of that we learned. We also did a little game to see how they survived, and our group survived until I switched groups, and we lost because there was no food left for anybody. It was a very fascinating experience. Math with Mr. Clark. Math with Mr. Clark was pretty cool. We got to play games, and he also told us that we were going to get a new teacher, that he was a great kickboxer. Personal finance on bonsai. The personal finance business in bonsai was pretty good. It showed us how to save and spend it wisely. The teachers here at Entheos are very well trained in the academic business, I might say. I am left without words. These teachers are incredible. The end of 7th grade. 7th grade was one of my favorite years in middle school. I was pretty sad that the school year ended. For 8th grade, is most definitely the best year of middle school I've had here. We still have a lot to accomplish until the end of the year, and once we have accomplished all of them, we will all be assuaged. If you don't know what that means, it means relieved. What we did, we had many different classes like math, art, PE, and history. We also did a rock cycle with our science teacher, Rixner, who was just in the other hall. We learned all the different types of rock cycles with her, like sedimentary, igneous, and metamorphic. Midsummer Night's Dream. Well, Levitt is one of the best teachers I had, and reading this book was an amazing experience. The book was about how this woman was supposed to marry Demetrius, one of the characters in the book, but she didn't want to marry him. But she loved someone else, and his name was Lysander. And there were also fairies in it, and there were also the king and queen of the fairies, and they were fighting for a boy. They wanted him as a slave. Then the king turned one of the actors of the play into a donkey, and his wife fell madly in love because the king put a dewdrop of a flower onto her eyes, and when she opened her eyes, she would fall in love with the first thing she saw, and that was a donkey. To Kill a Mockingbird. We just read this a couple months ago. To Kill a Mockingbird, in my opinion, was one of the most powerful books I read. What made it powerful was the content it had, not the vulgar words, but also how they used to live back then, like they used to pay with potatoes. That was interesting. The Omnivore's Dilemma. Omnivore's Dilemma, we had to write a speech about it, and we had to defend all the different types of food chains. We had to choose between the industrial food chain, the industrial organic food chain, and the local sustainable food chain. As you see, we're painting ceiling tiles. Me and my partner Christian, who's a student here, painted a ceiling tile, but we both painted separate things. I did the Mexican flag, and he painted the Converse logo. We both finished, and our painting is on the ceiling for everyone to remember. Well, not yet, but yeah. Digital literacy. We did this in Miss Gerard's. Digital literacy, well, I have to be honest, was one of the least favorite subjects of my 8th grade life, mainly because I don't like to type. But it still helped me to type faster. Helping out the elementary. Helping out the elementary was great, and I'm pretty sure I learned something by helping out. The thing I learned is never get on the bad side of kids. The end of the year. The end of the year hasn't happened yet, but I have a couple of predictions about what's going to happen. All I know is that there will be a lot of tears. And that's the end of my presentation. Thank you.
Ooh, good job. Bravo, bravo, Sandra. Good job.
Do you have any questions? I do. So, are you going to Cypress High School next year?
Yes, I am.
What are you going to miss the most about Entheos, but what are you looking forward to the most about going to high school Cypress?
What I'll miss from Entheos, basically everything. I mean, the teachers, all the expeditions we've done. What I'm looking forward to do in Cyprus is getting to know the teachers. as well as I got to know the teachers.